So a while back, I did a review on this Rise mug, and I told you it was one of my favorite coffee mugs out there today, and that honestly still holds true. This thing is amazing, and I'm honestly always excited when I get a chance to use it. After it's come out of the dishwasher, I'm just totally stoked to be able to use it. It's really nice in its perfect capacity and all that kind of stuff. But what I didn't tell you guys is that I also got their tumbler. So Klean Kanteen actually gifted both of these to me around the same time, and I have been testing them out ever since. And so this one has been kind of used in my daily routine. What I generally do with these tumbler type coffee mugs is I take them when I go out and about, when I go on a drive, or I go somewhere that I need a to-go mug. So currently some other mugs that are in rotation with this is like the Yeti Rambler and also the FLAW Carter Everywhere mug. So really there's those three mugs that I regularly use. I do have some other ones, but these are the ones that I mainly use. And I have found that this thing is really, really nice. There is really only one reason I don't use this as much as the Yeti, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So let's talk a little bit about what this mug is. It is a 16x8 stainless steel coffee mug, just like a lot of the other kind of camp mugs and a lot of the other tumblers out there. This isn't really anything too special when it comes to that stainless steel. It is a really good construction. A lot of people use it in a lot of different mugs, most of them high quality, and they compete really well because it holds up to abuse, it holds up to the heat and all that kind of stuff. So that is a really good construction. It's double walled, just again, like everybody else. So that really isn't something that sets it apart, but it's a great feature. This particular one holds up to 16 ounces and it is dishwasher safe, as I mentioned earlier. Now this is a part of Klean Kanteen's new Rise collection. It is a really, really nice collection. I'm a big fan of this new collection. Their older style was kind of that. It was a little bit older. And so it was a really welcome change when they came out with the Rise collections. It kind of brought them into a little bit more modern of a feel. As you can see, this is their blue color, and they do also have the same color as this Rise mug that I have right here. And it's just a nice collection. It looks really cool with the dual tone. I really like it. I have no problems with it. Honestly, it is my favorite styled mug that I own. I like it considerably better style-wise than I do, honestly, even my Carter mug now. So if you're looking for a really nicely styled mug, this is probably one of your best ones out there. So let's go ahead and get into what I do like about this coffee mug, and then we'll get into what I don't like. But first thing that I do like is the capacity. These 16-ounce coffee mugs are fantastic for to-go. It'll hold just as much coffee as you need, but not too much so that, you know, it gets too bulky and too annoying to take with you. So it does fit in things like cup holders, and then it holds enough coffee for most people to be able to drink a standard cup of coffee that they would have in the morning. Another thing that I really like about this mug obviously comes down to the styling, like I talked about earlier. I really like this dual tone style, this kind of feel to it. It has a really nice feel to the outside as well. It's not slippery. It has a little bit of a matte finish to it, and it just looks really nice and high quality. So another thing that I actually really like about this, and it's also kind of the reason I don't use it, how wide of mouth this cap has right here. So it's one of the few mugs that I've seen out there that has such a wide mouth to it. So it's really nice to drink from. It feels like you're drinking from a normal cup, and it also kind of has a bit of a curvature to it, and it just kind of adds to how nice it feels. And then the last thing I like about it is just really, really high quality. So the mug itself, I'm going to talk about the cap a little bit more later, but the mug itself is extremely high quality. Again, stainless steel, all that kind of stuff. I have no qualms with it. I think it's high quality, and I really do like that about it. Okay, so now that we've talked about the things I do like about this coffee mug, let's talk about the things that I don't like and why the Yeti Rambler is the one that I use the most. So I talked a little bit earlier about how I use my coffee mugs. When I'm here at my office and when I'm, you know, kind of drinking my coffee throughout the day, I do use coffee mugs like this, like these camp mugs. So I'm not using these tumblers like this right here. I'm using a standard mug. So really the only time that I use coffee mugs like this is when I'm on the go, which makes sense because these are to-go coffee mugs. Let's talk about the lid. So this is my biggest drawback. I think I talked a little bit about this part when I was talking about the other coffee mug, is the quality of these lids just kind of don't hold up to the rest of the coffee mug and the styling. They're a little bit lower quality. They feel kind of like a cheaper plastic, but that isn't even actually the thing I dislike the most about it. It actually comes back to that wide mouth. So that wide mouth is really, really nice when you're drinking kind of, you know, say you're walking around and you're drinking your coffee. It works really well because it feels really nice. However, the biggest issue I've run into and why I don't use this comes down to when I'm driving. I tend to drink a lot of my coffee while I'm driving, when I'm out and about. I don't really like carrying around a coffee mug with me, so I generally drink it when I'm driving. And what I'm running into with these wide mouths is pretty much every time I hit a bump, what happens is when I put it on my mouth, my mouth only covers basically this right here. And so what happens when I hit a bump is that the liquid on the inside sloshes forward and around my mouth and spills out. I'm not joking. I think pretty much every single time I have driven and drank coffee with this coffee mug, I have spilled it on myself. So I've had to just completely stop using it when I know I'm drinking coffee on the go, and instead I reach for my Yeti Rambler. So with all of that said, who is this coffee mug for? It is for somebody that really wants a nicely styled mug. It is hands down the best out there when it comes to styling. I really like the way these look. I think whoever designed this should be given a raise. They did an awesome job when it comes to the mug itself. I can't say the same, unfortunately, for the lid, because that is the biggest drawback for me. I would love to see them develop a new version of this, maybe going more towards the style of what Yeti does with their mag slider lids, because those do work really well, or just, you know, make the mouth a little bit slimmer. It is an unfortunate drawback because I do like how wide the mouth is, but when it comes to driving, where I drink most of my coffee, I can't use it. So that is my thoughts, guys. It is an amazing mug. I really, really like these Klean Kanteen mugs. I highly recommend them. But if you're somebody that drinks your coffee while driving, you probably should go a different direction. But if you like style, you don't drink your coffee while you're driving, these would be an awesome mug for you. So with that said, I hope I helped you guys make a decision on if this coffee mug is right for you. I don't want to say too many bad things about it because it is amazing, and I hope it is a great mug for you. But again, if you're driving, it probably isn't. With that said, it would greatly help me if you did subscribe to my channel if you like reviews like this. I have a lot of awesome gear I like to talk about and test out. I have been doing this since 2017 now, and so it's been years and years of doing this, and I'm really excited to be doing more videos on this YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe and like this video. It does help me out a ton, and I hope you guys have a great one.